Why?
But
I would say the other two concepts for me would be the proof and the actualityness of demon possession. Like, explain that. And I've had personal experiences in my life where I've seen dude, like, trust me, everything about my personality is not to believe any of this shit. But I've experienced ghosts. I've seen them. I've seen shit happen. Like, not like Ouija boards and shit. Like, I mean, I don't want to waste everyone's time with stories, but
you said you saw a ghost.
I've experienced that, and we know demon possession or the case of such is real.
Well, hold on. Let's go back to what you saw.
The problem is you've been extremely indirect and vague about something that somebody would be able to be very specific about had they had an experience.
And I can be. I just don't want to waste
caliber. Well, you didn't choose to. That's not the first place you went. That's all I'm saying. So
yeah. But I'm also being very, I mean, to be honest, I'm trying to be conscious of not trying. I mean, I appreciate the high, like, the intelligent conversation, and I don't want to, like, waste anyone's time and do anything anybody doesn't want to talk about. So, but in terms of doing it, I'd love to share with you guys what happened, and, like, you can dissect it if you'd like to.
Well, there's no reason to dissect it
because it's going to come down to human. You guys will have to trust what I'm saying, and at that point in time, the conversation gets weak if I'm talking about some of this stuff that's like, okay, like, whatever, right? And I didn't want to waste everyone's time with having to deal with that.
No,
that's the only reason I didn't.
We don't need to trust it at all. We can work with it as a concept without having to accept it or reject it. We can still work with that as a concept, just like you and I can talk about Star Trek.
And I like the way that Jeremy's been managing this line of ideation, which is to say, it doesn't really matter whether it's true or not. It's for reasons he's articulated better than I will attempt to paraphrase.
I agree with that. I agree.
Because so if you say to me, I saw a ghost, I fucking saw it, it's a fact, then I'm willing to say, okay, well, let's work with that as a fact. What actually was that? I mean, was it like, are we talking about like a disembodied spirit that's floating around? Are we talking about like somebody messing with the code that's running this reality and they're fucking with you and putting something in front of you? They're like loading an avatar into the system and having fun with you. What was it?
Okay, I'll run through like 2 or 3 examples. So anyway, I live in Houston, right, Texas. We go to Galveston. It's our shitty beach. Anyway, I was taking a girlfriend there for 1-year anniversary. We get a hotel room at this one place, whatever. Anyway, we're there. It's 3 a.m, and we wake up to like massive knocking on like the wall of the room, like someone's in the room, right? Like whatever. So we both wake up, like I'm trying to find like my pocket knife and like my jeans because like someone's in the room, like for sure. And then the shower turns on. And so anyway, like, what the fuck's going on, right? So I finally find my knife, it's dark. I got girlfriend hiding on the other side of the bed. I told her to sprint for the door, whatever. I'm going to open the bathroom door. I'm going to engage, whatever, but like get to safety, open up the door, shower's on, sink's on, door's locked, and no one's in there, right? Anyway, few more experiences, like she's like, I go down for breakfast the next morning. She's standing by the window, and she comes down crying, screaming, saying that somebody had grabbed her shoulders from behind and was like pushing her towards the window for like 20 seconds. And my girlfriend's not the kind of person like ever make any of this shit up. Anyway, we're checking out, and the person goes, so did y'all see it? And we're like, what? They go, you just stayed in the most haunted room in Texas. We're said, what are you talking about? They go, oh, well, usually whenever couples stay in that room, they experience a lot of different things. And then she tells it, it's room 501 at the Hotel Galvez. You can go research it. And anyway, it's haunted, right? And
can I pause you and ask you a couple of questions for clarity?
Go ahead.
Okay, because I already see a problem here.
Yeah, that's
what did he say? What did he say that room was?
It's haunted.
The most haunted room in Texas?
Yes.
Haunted.
That sounds like the kind of shit. That sounds like the kind of shit you put on your marquee as a marketing tool.
I agree with all that.
And quite frankly, turning a shower on is a very simple $10 trip to Lowe's and a little ingenuity.
Okay, look, I totally agree with all that. But then you go look into all the, go look into several examples, of people staying in that room. Like, it's been doing that for 60 years. Like,
same room, same effects,
same room,
same special effects.
Look, dude, so I'm totally open. I'm totally open to, like, because I would have felt the same way, but like, okay, it's like 3 or 4 things happened while we're there, and like, could it have been this like big hodunk trick? Like, sure, whatever. So take that effect out.
How would you feel if that's what it turned out to be?
Oh, I mean, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Would you be embarrassed, even just internally?
Embarrassed,
even if just to yourself.
No, I wouldn't be embarrassed. I'd laugh it off.
Like, if I went to that same hotel and I went in there and I like dismantled the stuff and saw where they had actuators and they had relays and everything set up to full residents, and I showed you this, would you feel a little bit embarrassed? Even if
I swear to you, like, I don't know what it is about, but like, it wouldn't embarrass me.
You wouldn't feel tricked.
I just want to tell you one thing, okay? Do not go to Disneyland, Florida, okay? It's right there. Stay away from the haunted mansion, because you might kill yourself after going on that.
Why?
It's haunted, mate.
Oh, fuck.
They have holograms and shit.
They force their employees to work there until they die.
Okay, example number 2, assholes.
Now, hold on. Before you go on, I just want to point something out here. I don't ridicule these experiences. Like, I'm open to a paradigm where this stuff can happen, but I also know for a fucking fact that the vast majority of those kind of experiences are charlatanry, trickery.
Yeah, so am I. I mean, I think anything can happen.
Okay, awesome. Like, and that's what makes us all fucking smart people, is because we're open to shit. So, okay, so example number 2. Back to the Florida girl, person, whatever. So she's doing all this stuff, and one of the things she's telling me is, she's like, hey, and by the way, you've had something following you, whatever, and they're very upset right now that I'm bringing any of this to your attention. And I'm like, again, guys, I hear this stuff. So she's assuming that there's like an evil entity that has been following me that is now upset.
She's suggesting.
Hold on. It gets better. So I'm in the same mindset that you guys are in hearing this, right? So I go back to Texas, and she also proceeds to tell me before this, and they're gonna make themselves known to you by like messing with the electricity. I swear, I'd call her right now, and she'd say this all the same shit. Anyway, I go back to Texas, and I start feeling shit like pushing up from the mattress. Like, I literally have recordings on the computer I'm on right now. I could show you. Anyway, so I'm experiencing stuff messing with me while I'm sleeping. Anyway, one night it got so bad, like, I got up, I got out of the bed, and I like went and slept on my couch in my living room. So I go sleep on my couch in my living room, leave the light on. So I'm just like sleeping under this is weird shit, but I'm telling you, this is all true. And the lights start like fucking like blinking, right? And then my computer turns on upstairs, and like, anyway, the electricity starts doing weird shit, right? Like in a very frantic, like weird way. Anyway, I went through all this, and I still honestly don't really know what to think about it. But those are the kind of things that lead me to thinking that there is some external force of something. So the fact that she's like able to tell all these things about me, and then, like do stuff like that. And then anyway, I guess if I had to pick a side, there's another force of something. And I believe because of that force of something else that exists, that would only exist if there was also another realm of spirituality and a creator and stuff like that. And that's kind of a basis for kind of my beliefs.
Not necessarily. It just requires that there be some how would I even put this? Some layer to reality that has a greater access to our reality than we're familiar with. It doesn't necessarily imply a God or anything like that, just that there's some causal element that is outside of our scope of perception.